You know just what you do to me. Play my emotions like a pair of puppet strings.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Raju from IIT Madras. I am an MS scholar in the Department of Electrical Engineering at IIT Madras. So first of all, a very congratulations to all of you who have cleared the gate successfully and are planning to join any premium institute for higher education. I know many of you are oriented towards placement and job and will opt for a course-based uh, program like MTech, but I know many of you want to do research and are oriented towards research work and will opt for research programs like MS or PhD. So this video is specifically about MS research or PhD interviews. In this video, I will tell you some tips and tricks how to clear any MS interview and PhD interview. So this video is based on my experience. I have appeared for many research-based interviews at various IITs and ISC, and I have taken inputs from my friends also. So this video is based on that experience only. So first of all, I want to tell you first tip. So first tip is good starting leads to good ending. So it means that you have to, before starting an interview, you have to give a very good introduction. So your good introduction will lead to a good ending as well. So what I mean by good introduction, actually introduction is very important for any interview. It can be a research interview or placement interview, job interview, but a good starting means must have heard a good impression is the last impression. A first impression is the last impression. So just like that, you have to, in introduction only, you have to specify and make clear that why you are oriented towards research, why you are not opting for job and placement, what motivates you to proceed toward research. It should be clear in your introduction only. If you make your interview very clear about this, your motivation towards research, then believe me, your interview will go well. So how you have to introduce yourself? So first you have to tell your name, then your background, means what you have done, bachelor's and master's from where, you can tell in brief. Are not required to tell your marks or grades, and then tell about your area of research. What is your area of research? Because in research based program, your area of research matters a lot. And then tell you what motivates you toward this area of research, why you opted this area of research only, not others, and then tell what subjects seems interesting to you, then end the introduction. So your introduction should be like 2 minutes or 2 to 3 minutes, and then if you tell your interesting subject, what subject will interest you, then professor will generally ask from that subjects only. So if you introduce or start your research interview like that, then they, believe me, it will go well. Then the next point is like that only, that make your own path. Means what I mean by this, means in a research interview, you have to make your own path. Means first you have to tell that this subject seems interesting to you, then you have to proceed like that only. Means you have to decide where to go. Means if professor asks some question related to something, and then if you answer its answer, then include something which you know already. So professor will ask from that topic only. In this way you can make your own path and then lead to the end. So uh, uh, if you know your path already and if you are well prepared, you can easily clear the interview. Means it is just like a river. If you know the path of river already, you can easily cross that river. But if you are unaware about its path, you cannot clear the interview, you cannot clear the river. So just like that, prepare your path already, practice well your path, and then in the interview follow that path only. So third preparation is Third tip is study less but study effectively. You have to study less but you have to study effectively. Means in GATE you have to study all subjects equally according to weightage, according to syllabus, but during interview you have to study very less subjects. uh, I can say you have to study at least two subjects are enough. So you have to study two subjects of your choice which are important to you and which are relevant to your area of research as well. Study that two subjects very well, study everything from that topic, so you can easily crack the interview. Even if professor asks topic question from any other topic, you can easily tell your professor that I am not comfortable in that topic, you can ask from this topic, then professor will ask from that topic only. Because in interviews, research interviews especially, professor are not concerned about your answer, means what you know or not. He just wants to know up to what extent you are interested in any research or in gaining any knowledge. So if you tell your professor that I am interested in this subject, and if you very well answer the question from that subject, then professor has no problem, because uh, if you have studied that subject, you have to study very well. Then fourth tip is approach is important, not your answer. Yeah, that is very important. In interviews, research interview, a lot of question will be asked to you on the various topics and various subjects. And it may happen that you may not know the answer of all questions, but instead of not knowing and not telling anything, you can at least tell the approach. Because believe me, in research interviews, your approach is very important. Professor are not concerned about the final answer. So if you tell that how to proceed and how to approach this problem, then professor will definitely select you. And another important tip is, in research interview, actually this is a two-step process. In first step you have to give a written exam, then you have to appear for interview. So if you clear the written exam, then only you can appear for interview. So uh, it may happen in many interviews that whatever question is there in your written test will be asked in interview. So if you have appeared for a written exam, study all the questions of that written exam very well, because whatever you have answered in that written exam will be asked in interviews. Means written exam is a multiple choice question exam, so you have to tick mark, or a numerical based answer exam, you have to give the answer. In that written exam, in some institute they will also ask you to write your approach, but in interviews they will definitely ask how you have approached this problem and how you arrived at this answer. So be clear about your approach. Do not write anything. If you have written anything, you have to specify, you have to clarify how you have arrived at this point. So let me tell you that in my MS interview, especially at IIT Madras, there is one written exam before the interview. So actually in my case it was an online exam, and even the interview is online. So whatever question has been asked in written exam, so all the question which I asked in written exam, whatever question I have made wrong, then that question is only asked in a research interview. So if I already know that this will happen, then I will definitely prepare. But unfortunately, I am not prepared very well. But fortunately, I have been selected. So believe me, you have to approach. You have to be clear about your approach. Whatever answer you are writing in written exam, you have to clear why you have written that answer. Then fifth and last important tip is be clear about your SOP. Yeah, your SOP, your statement of purpose is very important in a research interview. Means you will be selected for the interview or the written exam based on your SOP only. But the role of SOP does not end here. It is very important even during interview. because there will be some, definitely there will be some question based on your recipe. Means why you have written this, and means whatever you have written in your recipe, even a small topic, you have to be clear about that topic. So you cannot write anything in your recipe. You have to write the topic which you know and which you are familiar with. If you have written something which you are not familiar with, then you will be in trouble, because they will definitely ask why you have written this, and what is this and that. So your SOP plays a very important role even during interview. Some people neglect the fact that SOP will not be important after interview. Means they believe that SOP is only important for a written exam or for shortlisting, but it is not like that. So these are all tips from my side. So you can utilize this tip to clear any research-based interview at various IITs. So this is all about from my side. I hope this tips will help you in some way. And thank you for watching this video. I will meet you in another video. For then, goodbye. Take care. Happy learning.
You know just what you do to me. Play my emotions like a pair of puppet strings. Did it ever occur to you my heart's more than a toy? Please go easy on me, babe.